watching this video, this might be a bit more emotional than normal, so you're not in a good headspace here. Just skip the video. One of the things I have a hard time with about BPD is that your self-worth is tied to how people treat you. You don't really get to consciously choose how your brain processes information half the time. And it can be pretty annoying. You try so hard to not let criticism eat you alive, and how people negatively speak about you. And it's difficult, because instead of being able to just brush it off and think that it's nothing, it sticks in the back of your mind. And that's normal, right? That's a normal thing even for people without BPD. But then a lot of events can line up in a day, and it just leaves you kind of stuck, thinking about where you've been, how you've grown, even to right now. I am not perfect. I never will be. Perfection is not achievable by a human being. It's just not, it's not realistic. And you know, I know that emotions are always going to be 10 times harder for me than the average person. I'm always going to feel things more intensely than what will be normal. I think in a certain capacity, it's very beautiful. I'm very passionate about the things that I do, the projects that I make, and I love just making other people smile and doing a lot of fun things. But at the same time, sometimes it is just really hard to pull myself together. And I don't think that's just a BPD thing. I think that's an everyone thing. I look at, you know, the kind of person that I used to be as a kid, and I used to be problematic, and how a lot of it boiled down to my parents not really listening to me or just being interested in anything I did ever. I was always some weird creative kid who was just trying to, like, I don't know, make something. I never liked the idea of an office job, or just, like, I don't know. I remember when I was really young, I wanted to be a writer. And I had this whole novel series written a while back. And I think if 12-year-old me then saw me now, I think she'd be pretty happy with where I ended up. I think I've grown a lot as a person to be more kinder and more genuinely aware of the people around me. I've made a lot of progress. I've suffered a lot of loss, and I have definitely been through a lot myself. And it's hard. It's hard not to hyperfixate on things like this, because sometimes days just get so bad that you're kind of stuck. And like, oh, you know, why am I stuck here? I've had so many health problems, and just so many things keep coming up, and yeah, it's pretty scary at times. I didn't think I'd get to live to see my 21st birthday this year. And here I am now, just kind of thinking about a lot of the different things in my life. What am I, you know, am I really doing the best that I can? And I think I am. I think the hardest thing is ingesting that information. I don't really vent to people or talk to people all that often, just because it's kind of hard to. It's overwhelming for a lot of other people when you have a friend that's highly emotional and they're always just kind of suffering inside. And I go to therapy, but it's definitely not going to be able to just fix everything. But I think back to the times when life was a lot harder and the trauma was definitely more the forefront and prevalent in my life. And I think, wow, like, you know, that's behind me now. But on the other hand, like, people don't really talk about what the healing process looks like, or how ugly that can be, or how sometimes you still revisit where you once were a while ago. Not everyone talks about that. And it's definitely pretty difficult. It hurts. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Some days I don't want to get up and do anything. Honestly, I'm at a point where I'm worried I might not be able to work a traditional job anymore. To think that my stress got to such a bad point where I had a mini stroke back in February is crazy. And I'm still dealing with, like, sometimes my brain will put a whole sentence into one word, or I'll completely forget what I was saying or what I was doing, and I will just sit here struggling to remember. I'm constantly forgetting a bunch of things every day, things that I used to remember by heart and remember very easily. And I'm doing the best that I can. After all of the trauma wasn't so prevalent anymore, I feel like a lot of my life started to get better. And I'm still gonna hold out hope that it's gonna keep getting better. Every day now I meet more and more wonderful people in my life. And I know that I'm still going to be battling with my internal struggles. All in all, I'm very proud that I'm still here. I tell people that same fact very often. I have a lot of friends who, I don't know if they'd be here today if things turned out differently from things back then. The world is full of a lot of people who are suffering, and myself included. I think as people we need to be more kinder to one another, more kind to one another, and just in general try to be good to those around us. Because hurt people are only going to hurt more people, but if we can realize the hurt within us and prevent it from consuming who we are, we can strive to be better, and we can strive to continue to get better, to find our own sense of happiness, sense of purpose. Goodness. Yeah. Sometimes I still feel like I'm not enough or I'm not doing enough, but I have to remind myself that 12-year-old me would be very, very proud of where I'm at, and would be very happy that I'm finally doing what I want to do, and I'm very happy doing what I want to do. honestly just really happy that teenage years are over and I finally have what feels like a small sense of control over my life. As completely corny as that sounds. And a lot of that is thanks to you guys that watch me and, you know, those of you that visit me during my live streams. I appreciate you guys a lot more than you might think. I know I'm relatively distant with my viewers, at least I try to be. A lot of you guys have made just a lot of things worth it for me. Waking up, turning on the camera, recording a video, or starting a live stream and just hanging out and having fun. I don't know how much longer I have on this earth or how long I will have. Maybe I get better. Maybe I don't have to worry anymore. But for as long as I'm around, I think I want to do my best to inspire other people and make other people happy. Like a lot of people have for me in the times that I've been sick or the times that I have been struggling. So, all in all, thank you. And even when I am down at times, I will do my best to keep moving forward. You guys have really helped me out in ways I genuinely just can't explain. So, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It means the world to me. Have a great day, everyone. Sorry, this is a bit more emotional than normal. Take care. Bye-bye.